pressure coming, and Perkins gets away, but now the ball's on the ground. Leonard looking in trouble. He's sacked, and that's it. The Falcons are holding on. That's the key. There we go. Game on the line. A stumble. And from behind, he's taken down. And for the second straight year, the game ends on a
sack. Welcome back for another episode of Coming Off the Edge. Living in chaos, as we always do, here on a Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we've got Mike at Daddy's Home FF in the building. Mike, we'll start with you with the intros today because this is your first time on this show. Besides, of course, the inaugural Chaos League draft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been busy at this particular time for the past couple months now, but I'm free for the summer, so hoping to make this a regular thing.
Nice, sir.
I think y'all know who I am and where to follow me. We don't have to do that, do we? You want to? No. I mean, that's no.
It's on the screen. We don't have to worry about that.
I have a sandwich. You guys want to check this out? I have sandwiches. So you guys know I'm happy, and I got some vodka soda. So let's party.
Some vodka.
Oh, vodka soda? You mean the high noon? Hashtag not a sponsor?
Hey, let's go.
Should be a sponsor.
Not sponsor, but probably should be a sponsor.
Cheers. Cheers for everybody in here.
Cheers, y'all.
And some normal faces here, obviously. At Cooter Doodle, what's going on, Cooter? How are you tonight?
I'm just happy that I have a normal face. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Normal faces all around, baby.
And I'm going to get Corey while his mouth is full. Corey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm just here for the sandwiches.
I'm actually on the clock real quick, guys, and I might ask your opinion.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
So this is our ladies league with like Him Her Sports. It's like all these girls, great, like first dynasty startup with them. I have Josh Allen 101, right? And I know we're gonna intro everybody, but
Super flex.
Okay. So the question is, a lot of running backs off the board. Am I going with a running back, or should I go with that quarterback like a Watson, a Stafford, a Tannehill, or a Chubb, an Elliott, a Swift?
What round are you in?
Oh, give
us the details. What round are you in? Who do you have on your team already?
212. I have Josh Allen 101 right now.
So you're back to back.
Are we at the swing?
Yeah, so we can go both.
Tannehill and Chubb would be one hell of a start. I would dig that a lot.
I like Tannehill.
So
let's do
what
it.
tight ends, bro?
Already did it. Oh, too late.
Oh, here we go.
We still have a tight end.
Now we can go back to our sandwiches.
Both already? That quick?
Yeah, I like to just go with. I like Tannehill.
So it's only Mike's opinion that
so.
matters.
Yeah, you know how it is.
So we're just asking Mike.
Jeff's here too. Jeff, what would you have done? I mean,
I really want to know
everybody.
if any tight ends were available. First off, I didn't get that piece of information.
Was Kyle Pitts available?
I don't really like going at running backs in that spot, but I'm different than a lot of people. So
is this where we talk about zero running back strategy?
You know, when I'm in a dynasty startup, I like to fade the running backs a little bit, but certainly whatever receivers are available or tight ends would be available would be of interest to me in that position. But, I can't blame you taking a second quarterback in the super flex. And
I respect the quarterback.
What if I told you that none of the tight ends were taken? Did I make a mistake?
Yeah, you should have went back to back.
No,
well, the Titans.
That means it's still time. Yeah, you're fine.
And timeout. Hold on. Let's ask one more person this question, okay?
Hey.
What's up? Sorry I'm late, guys.
Did you bring a sandwich?
Did you bring
buddy.
Oh,
it's bring Mike food today.
That looks
That's
nice.
right.
Is it cut diagonal or straight?
Everybody got
diagonal's the only way to go.
Good. That would have been really awkward otherwise.
Mike, we're both in our 30s, man. We know how to cut a sandwich.
I didn't know what you knew, to be honest.
I know everything. I know it all.
Do you ever cut a sandwich different, or are you always going that direction?
Always diagonal, realistically. I mean, if it's sub, you can't, because then you'll get like weird.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to correct you guys. It's not called diagonal. It's called on a bias.
Well, yes,
Really?
it is on a bias.
It's just like Jeff's bias towards the running backs and startups.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on a bias or on a bias?
Bias. B-I-A-S.
On 3 words, not one.
Angle.
Huh.
Pretty sure Anubis was an Egyptian dog, like god dog or something like that. I think,
Anubis.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah, we went Egyptian.
You went.
How
from
did you get
hating Nick
Egyptian
Chubb
out of
to-
bias?
On a
Shout out, Kevin.
It's like one word. Shout out, Kevin. Shout out the boys.
Shout out.
Just in case for everyone out there that doesn't know this show yet, we're just a bunch of friends
Talk about Egyptian.
on the industry. We talk about crazy, chaotic things, fantasy football, obviously, and whatever else is on our minds. We have a lot of fun on this show. So if you're first time tuning in, thank you for joining.
And we eat a lot of food.
And we do have a dinner party kind of theme going on right now in the month of June that, we just grab dinner, grab a drink. If it's your dinner time, you want to have drinks and food with us, come chill. We're just having fun. That's what this is all about.
Cheers to Joe Mixon.
Hey, Dave.
Cheers to Joe Mixon. What?
Joe Mixon.
Never-
Just write avoid, hit send, and get on here.
Yeah.
So Anubis is so if you think of ancient Egypt, the god that is the dog head, that's Anubis. He's the god of the dead in ancient Egypt. So
See, folks,
Well,
if you tune
speaking of
into our
Joe
show,
Mixon, perfect.
right?
Yo.
Sorry.
Just
You tune
god
into
of
our
the dead, Joe
show,
Mixon.
full circle.
you're going to get history, you're going to get food, you're going to get football, you're going to get Mike in his sweet Scott fishbowl
Hey.
shirt.
Yeah, buddy.
What was
Oh.
everyone's favorite school class or subject, excluding gym?
History.
I feel like
Love
it would
history.
have been history now, but it wasn't history then.
Same
So
I'm a sociology guy. I like.
That's right.
Mike, I could have sworn you were going to say lunch.
I do like lunch, especially if they have sandwiches. Did y'all have steakums like at school lunch? That was the best ever. I don't know what it was made out of, but it was spectacular.
Not steak.
No,
No.
but that's
Like
fine.
bacon bits, but not
Right?
Yeah, the bacon burgers were great too. I had some killer lunches.
Did y'all school use like the same spaghetti meat? They use that same mix for their burger, like Sloppy Joe's, used it for
Yep.
their lasagna. It was like the same thing. They just put it in a different plate.
Oh yeah,
think
so you get
burgers
sloppy
are
joes on
pretty
Wednesday and then like chop suey on Thursday. Yeah,
Yep.
it was
Yeah.
perfect.
My schools growing up, middle school, grade school, junior high, and high school, we didn't have a cafeteria that made us lunch.
Ours
It was-
either.
It was just
Yeah.
empty. We had these
Really?
things called hot lunches. So growing up in middle school, grade school, every Tuesday we would have McDonald's burger and fry come in. We'd have like the local pizza shop come in. And then in high school, every day it was similar. Like Mondays was hot dogs, Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we didn't actually have like a cafeteria.
Nice.
Yeah,
That
didn't
was an
either.
anomaly.
How many
Was it
kids were in your
McDonald's?
school?
High school, over 1,000 graduating class.
What you went to like school at one of those rom-com shows? Like what the hell, man?
It was a little high
They
school
bring in-
musical. Sometimes we busted out, singing.
That's
But
awesome.
it is what it is.
I'm
in grade
jealous. My
school, I
school
don't know,
was like
couple
stabby.
hundred.
Like we didn't sing, just people.
Yeah, yeah. Occasionally.
I sang.
I still
I sang in
out.
high school.
the
That's nice.
rectangle pizza is still the best school lunch, by the way. The
Yeah.
rectangle.
Oh, yes.
No, I
Fun
mean,
chef fact, fun
it's a-
FF chef fact. I was the lead in my high school musical in my junior
What?
year
Oh,
in high school.
there you go, Troy Bolton.
Let's sing it.
I played the
ATV.
devil in Damn Yankees.
What the hell was that?
I was in my high school musical too.
Yeah,
Wow.
I played the
Let's
devil.
tell you
It was
two.
pretty crazy. I just liked it because I got to smoke a cigarette in school in front of the principal without getting in trouble.
What now?
that's awesome.
They gave you a real cigarette, huh?
Oh, I was a real smoker at the time.
Yeah,
So
How old were you?
super different.
I
So,
don't know, 16.
so let me get this straight. So Corey
Is
was in
that
high
legal?
school musical. You were in the Breakfast
No.
Club. I mean, this is wild.
Yeah. Anyone else have any interesting stories like that? Breaking laws that we're going to admit on camera?
We had a physics teacher who, for an experiment, asked the kids in class who smoked, then had us light one, used it for the experiment, and let the kid finish it
Okay.
Okay.
in class.
Nice.
Hey, the 70s, right?
Hey, stop it. Chef, you're not even a year younger than me, dude.
That's
Come
John
on now.
Travolta.
I didn't say that.
I know, but you
Corey.
shouldn't be laughing.
He was he was the first to
funny.
laugh. Let's note that.
Yes, let's do note that.
Let's denote him.
You can denote me all you want, but
I don't know what
when
that
it comes
means.
to this draft later about these musical instruments we're talking about, we'll see who's denoted.
I
So
thought-
do note that.
Ooh.
I thought we were doing sandwiches still.
keep up. No one knew what we were doing until maybe now.
So not sandwiches.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes, you know.
So we brought sandwiches to a musical instrument show.
Yeah.
Well, last week was tacos for.
Got to toot our own horns a little bit, Mike.
No, last week was fast food.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
missed it.
And what was the draft?
Scott
Video
Fishbowl mock draft, and we drafted fast food actually.
Oh, we did
2 shows that were fast food draft, and then pizza draft, and then other ones.
Oh
that are
shit,
different
we did.
things. So they're really
got to break up the chaos a little bit.
And so that's kind of how
Let's do both. No, all right. Well, okay.
Why not?
Oh,
Why not?
Because it seems like it's too much.
Well, fair.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe not. No.
Is
Hey,
there
can I ask
any
you guys a
originality
fantasy question
anywhere?
while we have Mike on the show, which is, I love how Mike.
I guess we got to talk about fantasy.
Yeah, a little bit. With Golden Tate, looking around trying to get picked up by like the Titans, Rams, and Colts. Should any of us be worried about any of the fantasy options on those teams?
No, for a few reasons. Number one, Golden Tate sucks. Is the first one. Number 2 is he's going to say something stupid, or his wife is, and probably get kicked off the team. So realistically, Golden Tate signing with your team is probably a good sign that your starting job is secure. So you gave me a perfect example. Like if he signs with the Titans, what's he going to take? The Adam Humphries role? Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that didn't bother AJ last year, so I'm not worried about that. So there's very few places he could go that I think it would actually matter. I mean, because you figure, where's he going to get more volume than he got last year when there was literally nobody competing for targets, and he did garbage last year too. So he's not somebody I worry about. I hear a lot of people talking about what if Todd Gurley signs, is that going to cause a problem? What's funny is that talking about old guys who probably shouldn't be in the NFL anymore, I'd be more worried about Delaney Walker signing with the team and taking volume away than Golden Tate at this point, if I was going to put one as being a potential vulture. That's how little I'm worried about Golden Tate.
Yeah. And even like Golden Tate, he started naming like, Stafford, all these quarterbacks, Tannehill, that are good. It sounds like he's desperate trying to get to a team like, just please take me.
Well, the fact that I think the Tennessee thing may be a little intriguing, a little bit. But if he lands with the Rams, back in with Matthew Stafford,
they're fighting all day. Him and Ramsey.
They could be.
Ramsey dated Tate's daughter, and I think they have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're fighting. But still a good question to ponder, Golden Tate. So what are some other signings? You said Delaney Walker, right? Is there
Delaney Walker's name was out there, Todd Gurley. There's no one out there that we're really worried about at this point. I mean, honestly, now that they're decriminalizing marijuana, I mean, Josh Gordon is the only guy that could ever take volume away that's on the street. Otherwise, they're out there for a reason, right?
Well, the one guy that is currently signed that might not be signed in some point in the near future would be Zach Ertz. And so right now, Dallas Goedert is getting priced in drafts as if Zach Ertz is gone already. And so Zach Ertz is still there. And also, I think on the flip side, you look at a team like Indy or a team like Buffalo, their options are depressed because people are worried that maybe those would be places that would sign Zach Ertz. And they're very sad, depressed value on those. Just everybody's kind of waiting for that one to flip. And, maybe you think he's washed, but we saw it before last year. And I do think that there are reasons to kind of allow last year to go. He wanted the contract and things weren't good in Philly, and then switching quarterbacks and, it got hurt. It was just a bad year altogether. And so certainly I think that he can still potentially play. And that's a guy that if he stays in Philly, then you're paying too much for Dallas Goedert. If he goes somewhere else, Zach Ertz is a very cheap
Zach Ertz.
Too, so.
Yeah.
Shout out Zach Ertz.
Talking about Zach Ertz, and the teams you mentioned, I think in Philly, obviously his value stays flat. Like we know what he is in Philadelphia. It goes up considerably with Indy. Buffalo is the team that I keep hearing, and if he signs with Buffalo, trade him. The perceived value of him on the Buffalo Bills far exceeds the actual value. The way they use the tight end, the way the offense is structured, he's not going to see a ton in Buffalo, in my opinion. That it would be perceived value because the theory being they need a tight end. But I don't think that would be a good spot for him personally, and I would be out on Ertz going to Buffalo. I'd be trading him the next day if he signed there.
Yeah.
I don't have
Shout
to
out-
worry about that. He's never going to be on my roster.
Oh,
ever.
mine
Shout out
either.
Josh Allen.
There you go.
Shout out Josh Allen. And what is Josh Allen, Cooter?
Daddy.
What?
Boom.
Blasphemy.
A 101.
That's right.
Actually,
You
I'm
heard it
kind
here
of like twisting. I will never be consistent. I'm now feeling
Oh,
like maybe
multiple.
Herbert is the 101.
Mm.
You know, he's
Ooh,
a
he's
little bit.
vaccinated.
He's just taking my heart. You know, I don't know. I like
Why'd you
him.
change?
Because I remember I have him in another league, and it made me start thinking about him again.
Hey.
So,
I mean,
Well, I'm being
I'd rather
honest.
try to
All
acquire Herbert than Allen right now.
And
Yeah,
why
It's gonna be
Allen-
easier.
yeah.
Is
No
that,
offense
Chef?
to Jeff, but the Bills are making their run now.
Chef,
and,
why is that?
and LA is just rebuilding. They just got a new coach. You know, we're going to see Keenan Allen leave after a while. I mean, what is he? Keenan Allen's what, 28, 29 years old? He's going to hit that.
29.
He's
29.
going to hit that 30-year-old plateau sooner rather than later. You're going to see them trying
In a
to
year.
start make moves with their personnel. So I like the fact that Herbert is younger than Josh Allen,
Yeah.
and
Chef, I got a question for you.
for long term anyway.
Why are you saying Herbert? Isn't there two other guys you may also have for a dynasty, buy? Maybe like a Troutman.
Oh, you're talking about my article that we
That's
talked
right.
about?
Thank you so
You
much.
trying
for
to pump
picking
my
up on
article?
that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to do all that.
Well, shout out to your
Corey.
article.
Oh, that's so cute, man. Thanks,
Wow, man.
bud.
I thought you were gonna catch that bait, man, and reel it in.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to talk dynasty buys, I mean, first and foremost, this is
Well, you
not the
said
time
buy
to go out
Herbert.
and buy dynasty players. You missed your big window right after the season ended, or right after free agency, or right after the draft, when those initial changes happen to the teams. You're not going to, I mean, right before training camp, everybody's holding. They have all their assets. They're going to wait and see how they blossom or fail or whatever during training camp, see if they gain any value or devalutize, and then they're going to make moves before the season starts, if anything. So now's not the real time to go out and buy new dynasty players. It's not, especially, I mean, if you're in rebuild, you already missed your window. But if you are, I mean, Darnell Mooney, I like
Yes.
him. I go out and buy him everywhere. All right. He's wide receiver 2 right now for the Chicago Bears. New quarterback in Justin Fields. He is going to blossom into a better wide receiver. Allen Robinson, only 1 year left on his contract. Cooter and I had a great conversation on the Tilt is Real about Adam Troutman. Adam Troutman, they get like 113 targets to the New Orleans Saints tight ends as a combination. You throw that in there, Troutman will have at least 65, 70% of that snap share. He's going to make a difference without Jared Cook in that role in front of him. So, but the quarterback situation down there is iffy, so his value is still low.
Is it iffy,
there's a
though?
couple things.
Is
It's
everybody
really-
holding, by the way?
Do
It's
you
Winston
really
in my
think-
heart. It's
Let's go, Jeff.
Winston.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
would hold.
Cooter.
I would
There's
hold
no way
unless
they're-
it's for someone like
Taysom.
Jonnu Smith or something like that, someone that's already proven.
But you
They're
know,
not going to roll out Taysom Smith. Taysom Smith.
Oh,
Taysom Smith.
Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback. They're just not going to do it.
But you know what?
Why not?
Speaking of Chef holding, going to Nate's point here, now's the time to buy Saints players. Everyone's down on the Saints, but eat them up, buy them up, like all of them. I'm seeing them go so late, and I know I'm biased. I get that 100%, but at the same time, Winston can throw the ball better than Drew could. I'm sorry. At least last year. And we had Michael Thomas going where? Kamara
Right.
going where?
IR?
Like, come on.
Right.
I mean, I like
Well,
Michael Thomas's
yeah.
value
Thanks,
right now.
Corey.
It's at an all-time low. But once again, are you really buying him for dynasty? He's 29 years old. With the
Oh, no.
quarterback scramble, both of them on low-end contracts. They had that makeshift contract stuff to see if who's going to beat out who. And I don't think it's a competition. I think they use both quarterbacks, similar to how they used Drew Brees and Taysom Hill, Taysom Smith
Taysom
last
Smith.
year. So, like that's something that we have to think about too. I like Jameis's upside because we've seen him be a top end fantasy quarterback. We saw what Taysom Hill's value is going to be. His ceiling is capped as a QB2 at the most.
At most.
Rushing upside, Alvin Kamara kills it. They're going to feed the ball to Alvin Kamara as much as possible. Latavius Murray where they need to. If Taysom Hill's the quarterback, you're not going to see him running 20 times a game.
See, and I disagree on Michael Thomas, though, for Dynasty. If you're in win now and he's this cheap, you go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Same thing with Traquan Smith.
Oh,
I mean, there's huge upside with Traquan Smith in that. I don't know how I feel.
But it's either Callaway or Traquan Smith, and who do you trust? Traquan had like 2 fantasy relevant games in his whole career.
But Drew couldn't. He was just throwing like this. Like
if Drew can't throw him the ball, what makes us think that Jameis Winston's going to hit Traquan?
I just worry about volume
because he got
LASIK in the offense.
Thank you, Jeff. The volume speaks. That's what it is.
I just worry about volume with everybody, and I think Thomas is the guy that I feel most comfortable with. Certainly, we've seen from Kamara, but at the same time, when Taysom was the quarterback, Kamara disappeared, and really Latavius Murray took a lot of the carries there, and that might be a guy that. Age-wise in Dynasty, you're not going to get on Latavius Murray likely, although I think that might be a good target to look for if you're in a win-now mode where whoever's got it probably doesn't value them hardly at all. And, he could emerge. He could be the leading rusher on the team. You don't know. And I do think that they're going to play both quarterbacks. I think there's too much value to Taysom Hill's utility in what Sean Payton wants to do. He wanted him to be the quarterback, and then he realized he didn't have anybody else to kind of fill that role behind him. And I think that's kind of been a factor in it. And so I just worry there's too many mouths to feed. And it's going to be production that you might have big weeks, and we've seen in the past because they really flowed through Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, and that was really it, other than a spike here and there. And even those secondary wide receivers, Traquan, I can't get on there for more than a touchdown here or there. You're begging for a touchdown if you play him. Maybe Callaway develops into that role. We saw the one game without Thomas. He took a lot of volume, but I have questions on there. It's just one of those, there's a lot of uncertainty. And certainly I love to get in on uncertainty on fantasy because that's where you get value. And I do think there's value to be had. Cooter's right there. But at the same time,
you're basically at this point right now giving up a 2022 4th round pick for Marquez Callaway or Traquan Smith. No one is really jumping out and saying, "Oh, we need to sell these guys." They're not really worth too much right now. So, Cooter, I agree with you there that you can buy them low. There, if you have roster spots open on a deeper leagues, then yeah, take a shot. I mean, those are 2 guys that you can take a shot on and see what happens. But I like Mooney better all around. If you really want to take a shot on somebody, take Mooney.
I think you're looking at the wrong team. If you're going to be picking up players because of quarterback uncertainty, the Packers are the team you want to look at. I'm picking up Aaron Jones everywhere. You know my love for him. Devontae Adams, who's a better wide receiver than Michael Thomas, is being devalued in a lot of drafts as well. Robert Tonyan, who's being looked at as a touchdown dependent only in a wasteland position, finished tight end 3 last year. All these guys finished in the top 5 at their position and are all going outside of that now because their quarterback happens to be cliff diving in Hawaii. You're getting to the point where a Rodgers trade is becoming less and less likely. The further you go into the offseason, the less likely it is it's going to happen. He shows up, those players double in value instantly.
And even if he sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Mike.
No, please.
I was just going to say, and in the event that Rodgers doesn't play, do we really think Jordan Love's going to be that bad?
Goat.
I mean, if we're real, he's in an offense where he's got Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he's got Devontae Adams, and Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. You don't think he can succeed in that offense?
What about Amari Rodgers?
All right, so I heard about a trade for Devontae Adams this week. It was Devontae Adams for Ezekiel Elliott and a 2022 first. Which side would you rather have?
Zeke in the first.
Yeah.
Zeke in first.
I mean that's value that I would probably trade him for with Rodgers there.
Now, I like what you're saying, Mike. Like if you can buy Adams on the low right now and then Rodgers shows up and you can either use him or flip him for more. I like that. It's a risky approach, but you do get back more value in the end.
Well, what I'm thinking more along the lines of is startup value, where he's going now between wide receiver 5 and wide receiver 7. And let's face it, when Rodgers is there, he is the wide receiver 1. Like, I don't even want to hear it. What this guy puts up for numbers is borderline insane. I mean, you're talking about the only wide receiver in the NFL this year with 20 touchdown potential is Davante Adams. The way they use him, the talent that he is, the focal point of the offense, the quarterback, everything about him, he is the wide receiver one with a bullet, especially in redraft if Rodgers is there. Like, he is almost as big of a difference maker as McCaffrey and Kelsey at their positions. I mean, Adams is just a different level of cat. There's nothing fluky about his touchdowns like you see with Tyreek Hill breaking big ones. Davante Adams is practically their goal line back. Then you look at Aaron Jones, who's a top 5 back every year who never goes in the top 5. Chris Carson, very similar, going 15 to 20, even though the guy's top 10 every year. There are certain biases that you can take advantage of. And the Packers already have bias against their running back. Now you put in the quarterback situation. That's a massive discount. And by the way, Aaron Jones is a top 5 running back, whether or not Aaron Rodgers is on the team. I just don't care. He's top 5 regardless.
I would say the same thing for Davante Adams, regardless of who's there. The dude's just a good receiver, and they're going to lean on him even more if Aaron Rodgers isn't there.
So there's starting to be some rumblings this week about Davante Adams not being happy with his contract situation.
Good.
And,
Chaos. Yes.
Just saying that, and there was a story that I read today that Derek Carr was kind of putting it out there because they're college teammates that, he kind of said, hey, if the time comes, I'd be recruiting Davante Adams. And so I wonder if there's not a potential holdout situation there where Davante Adams says, I want this money and you're not giving this money to Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to play in a situation where I'm playing in a contract year with Jordan Love as my quarterback, diminishing my value. And so I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Green Bay because I'm going to assume that Davante Adams is closer to Aaron Rodgers than he is to Brian Gutekunst or whoever else it might be. And so I do wonder if there's not potential for holdout or you might get burnt. And so I certainly agree that the uncertainty is pushing the volume down on what the production that you can get. But at the same time, there's plenty of uncertainty with Davante Adams as well.
Yeah. There's risk. There's definitely a certain amount of risk with all those players attached to Aaron Rodgers. And like you said, Mike, they may be good with or without him, but obviously he makes them better. If he's not on the field, I don't see how they can repeat what their production has been in the past.
Yeah, so here's really, I guess, what it comes down to is philosophy. And I will just say this, completely blunt. If I'm not going to win, I'm cool with coming in last. I just don't care. So I am always placing like huge bets. I'm always looking at who can I get for cheap, even if it's week 12, when they have to come in to avoid losing that free agent year. So when you look at it, he is in a contract year. He'll be here week 12. Plain and simple.
Because he has to play.
Yeah, you have to stay afloat or he loses that year of free agency. And then we're just doing the whole dance next year. So when you look at kind of what I'm looking at from my perspective, I mean, when Aaron Jones is going at the level of a Josh Jacobs, I make that trade every day and twice on Sunday. You take that risk. When you're looking at Davante Adams going, that tier down from Hopkins, you look at like a Terry McLaurin level. I'm taking that risk every day and twice on Sunday. So I'm always looking for those scared owners. Another one that I know it's a totally different situation. But when you look at the Houston players and the uncertainty there, I'm taking Brandon Cooks as ADP every time and twice on Sunday because he's the only one that could be a starter for you at that level. I'm not saying he will, but at his ADP at wide receiver,
you might as well.
Exactly. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're taking a shot on what? Lazard? Valdez-Scantling? I mean, It's all trash down there. You might as well take the guys at 1,000 yards every season, even though he kept going to a situation where he wasn't going to get 1,000 yards. Those are the bets you make. And what people do is they hedge. It makes no damn sense. Swing for the fences. When you look at the player in those ranges, look at the guy who could take off. Like, when you see people who are rostering, I'm trying to think of like some good examples. How many people have had T.Y. Hilton on their roster for 4 or 5 years? Knowing dang right well he ain't going to do anything for you. what are you bothering for? Like, why are you even bothering having him on your roster? Like when you look at tight ends, why are you picking up Jared Cook when you can get Albert O and hope that he just explodes, right? You know what these guys are, and they're going to keep you in fifth place, especially if you're in Dynasty. Stop living in fifth place. That's why you suck. First and 12, homie. You know what I mean?
Hey, I won fifth place last year, Mike. Well, that's not
I know nice. It feels personal at this point.
No, that's fair.
I know.
It is personal.
I was thinking of both of you when I started this rant. I was actually talking
to
Jeff. You. I have my eyes going in different directions.
So I know in
safe leagues,
and I know in my personal home dynasty league, what we do for draft position is you are basically playing best ball in the background, and so whatever your score at the end of the year, your best ball score at the end of the year, that affects your draft position. So a guy like T.Y. Hilton, where you don't feel comfortable putting him to your roster, but he's going to go off on your bench. What are you doing? Because there's no upside, and at the same time, you're hurting yourself when he does have those spike weeks that you don't feel comfortable putting him in the lineup.
Good point.
Yeah, Great Sammy point. Watkins is another perfect example of that. Sammy Watkins is the guy you're not going to start besides week 1, Flipper Anderson style. But why do you have him on your team? Like, what good is he doing? Sony Michel's on your roster. Why? What's the point?
That's a good one because a lot of people are in love with Sony Michel for some weird reason.
There's people still in love with Sony Michel?
There are. I've seen him.
I'm still in love with Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk's a good example.
No, it's not. But yes, I know.
AJ Green.
But why? Yeah, why aren't you swinging for the fences? Like, why aren't you going for a potential monster athlete? You know, why bother with guys you know are average?
You said Albert.
Do you consider Deshaun Watson a swing for the fence?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. I just personally think he's a scumbag and really hard to cheer for. But yeah, if you're able to separate morality from fantasy, and I'm not even judging people that can or can't. I'm simply stating that if you can, now is a great time to be picking up Deshaun Watson. I don't have him on any of my teams just because I find him to be a disgusting human. Maybe that's.
You guys see that trade?
Oh,
that you got there, Corey.
The glare's awful.
I can just pull it up.
I mean, you could pull it up and share it, or just say it what it was. But
Jeff knows what this was. What was this, Jeff?
It was Watson and Curtis Samuel for Tua and Brandon Ayuk.
That's right. Shout out to Taylor.
That's a really interesting
I think that is interesting. Yeah.
That's the Chaos League right there. Right, boom.
I'm very curious how quarterbacks are going to play out. Not only do the scoring, but at the same time, our little Matthew Berry rule that we have on,
Who?
And I'm looking at.
What is that rule again?
Yeah, who? Who is it?
So what we're going to do week to week, the Matthew Berry rule is we will be having a draft weekly where you are picking backup quarterbacks, and you have your backup quarterback. And if he enters the game, then that's going to be your score for that position. If he doesn't, then you get your starter score. So, I'm looking at it as we have 3 super flex positions here, or we can play 3 quarterbacks. I've got Josh Allen. Now I've got Deshaun Watson. So I can put those guys in my super flex and get a little bit more risky in the quarterback position because you might lose them.
You might.
Did you guys see how sexy my team is in that league? I forgot, but damn. Y'all are screwed.
I mean,
I still have 1 quarterback.
I have 4 if you want one.
Well, we've been through this, man.
I know, you just don't like me.
4 too.
Yeah. It kind of boils down to just not trading.
That's fair. Oh, by the way, shout out passion fruit. This stuff is great.
Shout out passion fruit.
Passion fruit high noons are delicious.
What's everyone's favorite berry? Cooter?
Probably blueberry. I don't know. They're
I'm
healthy.
a blueberry fan.
Big blueberry. Strawberry?
I like strawberry.
Strawberry is good in theory.
No, blackberry's got those little seeds. No, the
little they get stuck in your teeth.
Yes.
Raspberry?
No.
Raspberries are nice, but they're hairy.
Yeah, they are hairy.
Yeah, they are a little hairy.
And there it is. The Matthew Berry. It was a lob to Cooter. She doesn't even like her own boss. Sorry, man.
I was really diving deep into this. I'm like, damn. I was like, is a muscadine a berry? I like muscadines. I'm like, that's a cool one.
What the hell's a
Never heard
muscadine?
of that. Yeah, what?
It's a grape, but you like the outer stuff. It's not even like a peeling, but you like pop the inside out.
Like a pimple?
Yeah, kind of. But it's like a grape with a thick shell, and you pop it out, and they make wine with it.
2 C's.
It's good.
What are we looking at here? Yeah, that just looks like
that's Muscadines.
I'm looking at the
Those are
current
great.
available
Those are
backup
great.
quarterbacks
They
in
look like grapes.
Chaos League, and it's not looking good. Joe Flacco, Nick Mullins,
Oh, no.
John Wolford,
Go for
Kyle
Flacco.
Allen. Like,
So the Matthew
who are we
Berry rule-
actually going to pick up here? With
You could pick up anyone.
Three super flex spots, like
Dude,
three
I'm-
quarterbacks.
I'm
That's
killing
tough.
myself laughing. I just
No.
noticed I have Sony Michelle on my roster in that league.
You
Who
haven't?
rosters Sony Michelle?
I
What
do.
an idiot.
Uh,
What an
Chef,
idiot.
Matthew Berry, when he gave us the rule, we could pick up like already rostered backups.
Yeah. So the way
It's a side draft
it's a
outside
side
of
draft.
You could pick up rosters. Like I could pick up who's
Because
it?
I already have
Mariota
Bowles
from.
and Moro- No, he's on
Yeah.
my team. You can't have him.
Well,
No, this
who-
is the side
No.
draft that goes in the background.
No, you can't have my players. No, I drafted on purpose. No.
Yeah, how are
Matthew
we
Berry,
working
go-
out this side draft? Well, I mean, 6 of us are here, so I mean, we can dictatorship for the rest of the league
We ain't
right
gonna-
now.
it's Matthew Berry. He said you just draft any
Is this-
backup,
is this a
and if he
filibuster?
plays, we just gotta manually put it in.
We're gonna have auction draft every week.
Is this,
I'm
this
glad
what
Corey's
filibuster means,
the
or we like go-
commissioner of
Oh,
this.
I remember this rule. You know, I mean, Matthew Berry gave it to us. Shout out. And I know Jeff's saying auction. He's been trying to hit home on this redraft auction mock. for
Not
the
even a
chaos.
mock. Just
Not even a mock. Oh, yeah, redraft mock. Not even a mock. Why do I keep saying mock? A redraft auction draft live.
Is it best ball? Dude, I can't set any more
I don't-
lineups. Yeah,
You can do it
like
best
I,
No more set.
I know. I'm saying
no more. Yeah, no more lineups. I'm tired.
Mike.
I can't change. I can't watch another roster this year. I'm tapped out.
Nope. Mike, how many best ball drafts have you done?
Oh no, none. I've done like 2.
Same.
Really?
I think I'm maybe 3.
I'm
Yeah,
on
I
like
haven't done one
I-
yet.
no, I'm on like
I've been
10. Jeff
I've been
is an
in-
addict.
Yeah, Jeff, how much you got, bro?
Yeah, what do you got? 50,
How
75?
many? How many best ball? So I did.
Is your
13
is your
of the
wife watching?
eliminator,
Wow, you're squirming like we just asked you how many partners you've had.
25 of
Jesus.
the underdogs.
He is
so
at
I'm
the
not
office for some reason.
Dave territory, but I'm at like 40 best ball leagues.
40?
Jeez.
I mean, all you do
Jesus.
is draft, you know? It's so easy.
So
That's true.
I'll tell you what has saved me is I'm in kitchen sink and pigs, and Jeff knows like we've been doing auctions since like May. So I've been drafting like nonstop anyway, but just for 2 leagues. It's like the
That's
perfect
crazy.
setup.
Same,
So it's like
man.
always drafting.
I need to learn the pigs league because I have no money and I don't think I can do anything. But I don't know.
Can't do anything without money, Jeff.
Yeah, the
It's a
money's the
fact.
problem. But I've pretty much like just tapped out and went all in with my roster on that one. It may blow up in my face. I don't know. But I think you kind of have to go one way or the other is what I'm told. Either you're all in and you should have no money or you have all the money. But you shouldn't be floating in the middle is what I was told.
No 5 spots.
Because then
No
you get
5.
outbid.
Here I'm taking over an orphan, but I am very much feel like I'm floating in the middle right now. But that's what I gotta do.
We're all floating, you know? We're
Taking
on a-
over on orphans have to be the hardest thing in fantasy football,
Oh,
especially
true.
if you've
Oh, man.
never played in the certain kind of format. I just started an IDP Superflex league. It's the DHH Patreon league. Shout out to Tyler and Doug and all them. I have
Shout
no idea what I am doing. All right, it's a great roster. Great roster. I have like Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack and all good team. CMC. But I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to a 50-man IDP roster that you
Damn.
could play multiple
50.
linebackers, multiple defensive ends, and multiple safeties. It's mind-blowing. So I'm like slowly creeping into IDP DMs lately. Shout out Oklahoma Doug.
Shout out Jordan?
Doug is the best, man.
Yeah, like I'm paying attention.
Jordan.
Slowly and surely, I will get it. And thank God I do not have to draft, because if it was a startup, I would be in last place forever because I just do not know what I'm doing right now. But you live and you learn. And, you know, I wanted to take a bigger step into something. And, you know, when you're afraid of something, you just got to try to jump in and do it. And that's sometimes the best way to learn.
Dude, IDP was my first dynasty league ever.
Wow.
And it was a startup. Jen and I, we made it to the championship.
Oh shit!
We took
Shout
our
out.
team to the championship. IDP's sick. We're in like, I think I've done 5 IDP startups now this offseason.
So I need to
4.
come to Nate for some advice as well.
gonna be
Nate, I'm going to send you pictures of
maybe.
my roster later.
Send it over, man. I love IDP. the first time I saw that it existed, I was like, "Oh, I want to do this," but I didn't know anybody who would do it. And then I found somebody on Twitter who's like, "We're doing a startup." Like, okay, let's try it out. Why not?
Like, I've never been
It's
in a league
awesome.
that has 15 taxi slots. Like, what the heck do I do with that?
Yeah, we've got 10.
That's
we've got 10 in ours.
crazy.
It is crazy,
Load
but
it
like
up.
it's interesting. One of the leagues that we're drafting in now, I converted my home league into an IDP Dynasty league with like people who have never even heard of Dynasty before, but they're like all into it. Yeah, but like they're actually picking it up. But like the way the scoring that we have it, the way we have it set, JJ Watt's more valuable than a second quarterback in Superflex. The way that the scoring's set up, he'll put up 30 points.
Can I share? Can I share my screen with you guys real fast? I actually have it.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Let's do it. Let's see. Here.
Not allowed.
Yeah, fair warning. I'm not going to know who half these people are.
I already tuned out, so sorry.
But I do think it brings up an interesting point that you could play fantasy for 20 years and there's these different league formats. It feels like you don't know anything. And so it is fun and interesting.
So I have CMC, Nick Chubb. I have Josh Jacobs.
Bro, we're going to need some zoom on that because I can't see where the damn Kelsey. Is that Kelsey? It looks like Kelsey.
It's Kelsey.
He's
Gronk,
good at football.
Samuel Jacobs.
That better? Godwin.
Yeah, damn, that's a good team.
And then
I like
Could be
Fitzy
better.
in that.
3-figure JPP. That's solid.
Shout out Humphrey.
Nice.
I think Humphrey was on my Madden Championship undefeated team, so that's a good plus for you.
Let's go.
Only one.
my backups kind of suck.
Create,
They're not terrible.
You
I
got
drafted
Javonte. I like
Javonte
him.
Williams.
I like him. He's good at
Flowers. I
football.
love that.
We just naming people we see. Quan
Yeah.
Alexander, Matt
I know him.
Milano,
Oh, Milano's actually
Milano,
good. I know that
all right.
much.
Buffalo
Oh,
Bills.
is that Isaiah Simmons? I
I
like
like
him.
Isaiah Simmons.
I have
Taxi.
Isaiah Simmons on my taxi.
Nice.
Yeah, why is Simmons on taxi, bro?
Diggs on
Chin?
taxi.
Why is Chin?
Nelly.
Shin on taxi.
Bateman?
These are all from last season. Like I picked this.
Damn.
I picked this team up off
Diggs?
of. It was an orphan. It was an orphan.
You had
What are we
Bateman
upset
last year?
about? I mean, it looks
So
like
I got Diami Brown, Rashad Bateman, and Javonte Williams, Kellen Mond in the
Mond
draft.
could stay on the taxi. He'd be lucky to play ever.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Probably.
I mean,
Bateman.
I
Damn,
guess
look at
some of
that.
these guys look good. I mean, I hear things out of Isaiah Simmons that
He's
it's
good.
it's not going to be good. They're going to be putting him on the backside, like he's not going to be rushing the quarterback. I think he's going to
He
be.
shouldn't be. They
I don't know.
They
It's
experimented
weird.
with
Like
him
I
so
don't
much.
I don't watch enough. I don't watch enough defense to
was
play
bad.
IDP. So that's
They had
like
him
kind of
going
like
everywhere.
I have to really study this offseason. I just can't find the time, unfortunately.
It's a lot of studying, but like once you figure out this, the big thing in IDP I've learned is the way that they score it. Because, like, for instance, if a batted ball from a defensive lineman counts for something, you've got guys that are good for 2 or 3 of those a game.
Oh, damn.
And it
Yeah, like
depends.
I
It's
saw
a
like
half point, is it a
Roquan
full
Smith
point?
like scored
Yeah,
like
mine's
40
light
points
scoring.
in one game last
Point
year.
for
I'm like,
batting
what?
balls.
Yeah, mine's real light scoring, so you'll be lucky to get 10 points out of a D player. So they're almost like just you throw them in there and say screw it.
Linebackers and more linebackers. Shout out Munter Difflin.
Scott's in that IDP draft. Shout out Scott.
Is it time?
Yeah.
I think
Are we
so.
drafting?
What are we doing? Are we going?
Oh, it's time to toot our horns a little bit and get into this musical instrument draft that we have planned here.
And look at that. And Mike, I actually gave you the first pick.
Oh, nice.
I
Nice.
have 3 rounds. I don't know many instruments.
No, that's cool.
Three's fine.
Nate, I see you talking, but you're muted. And now you're chewing.
He's chewing chips. We said no chips on the show.
Well, I mean, you know, if you got
I
well,
ate chips.
Yeah,
Come on.
we talked
Mess
about
around.
getting fries, bro. Fries.
They're not chips. They're
Oh,
munchies.
munchies. Is that the
Yeah,
Flamin' Hot or just regular?
Just regular. It was a multi-pack from Sam's Club.
No, I like the regular better. Cool. All right, Mike. So musical instrument draft.
Yeah, so I mean, I put a lot of thought into this, obviously, because I thought it was a sandwich chef. So clearly, I'm prepared. So I am gonna go with the instrument that I know how to play because I figure that's has like a little personal touch to it, and I want to like my team. So the 101 of instruments in this draft is the harmonica.
Oh,
Nice.
Good one.
nice.
Versatile.
how to
You can play the harmonica.
Hell
That's
yeah!
sick. Like good or like you just can play it?
Oh no, I used to play like Neil Young songs, like when
Go
I was
get that
young and
harmonica.
stuff like that.
Nice.
Go
That's
get that
sick, dude.
harmonica right
That's really
now.
cool. That's
So
really
Yeah, I
cool.
know.
Blues Traveler. That's like
Pulls it
Yeah,
out.
that was the first thing I thought
couldn't
of
get
too.
that good. I couldn't get that good. I could do like a Tom Petty. You don't know how it feels. I could do like the intro to that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a little something.
We're learning so much about you guys. Are all like musically inclined. This is
no,
great.
I'm terrible. It's just a harmonica. You could play it too in like 4 minutes. It's not hard to learn.
Mike, it's not true. You know it.
It's a little bit more difficult than some may think.
I also drank a lot, so I might have sucked. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Wonderwall of it all and go with an acoustic guitar.
Wow.
So we're specifying guitar types. We're
That
specifying.
makes sense. I allow it.
It matters to me.
I guess I'm up. Do you play guitar or no?
Me, yeah, a little bit, but
You
kind
just
of
like
like
a good song about
Mike,
a river.
You know.
Okay.
Self-taught for drunk people.
So here I am, everyone. We're 1, 2, 3 in. I don't know how to think about this pick, but I think I have it ready. And I'm going to go with the mandolin.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay. All
that's
right.
nice. You're gonna be like a traveling bard.
If you want me to be.
That
You want to
sounds
be
nice. Yeah. I think you have to like follow us around and like just sing little hymns.
We could be a 2-man band, dude. A harmonica and a mando. Amandanica?
All right. Well, I don't know how this
Mandalorian?
fell to me, but I'm gonna do it. It sets the pace for the whole band. No matter how big, how small, it's the drum set, man. That's easy.
A little percussion action.
I'm still mad at you, Chef.
What if you're in a band that doesn't have drums?
Yeah.
You still got to stomp your feet. It's still percussion.
What if
There we
it's
go.
acapella?
Acapella, yeah. What if we're
Small
it's Christmas
You get
time
the
or
beatbox.
caroling? Ooh, that's
So
percussion.
I had 3 instruments in mind, and as this draft started, and I get one of them here. I'm taking
Well,
the
Jeff,
piano.
wait. What
Piano.
did Jeff go?
What's that?
Jeff went
He's
piano.
going right now.
He just went. You literally talked
went
over
the piano,
his
another percussion instrument.
My
I don't
bad,
get
guys.
introed. You talk
Jeff,
over my pick.
Jeff, shout out Loom, Jeff. Shout out Loom. Shout out Loom.
Corey's
Shout out
wild
Loom.
today.
It's nice here. in
Shout out
Columbus.
Loom.
You can take a nice walk and enjoy the weather.
What
It
is
was
Jeff
all rainy.
mumbling about over there?
Jeff
so
is still
rainy.
talking, and Corey will not stop. It's literally the whole pick is ruined. You've pulled a Mel Kiper and you're talking about the
Chaos.
pick
For a
falls
guitar?
out.
I feel like Adam Schefter just reported my pick, and I didn't even get to announce it.
You're welcome. Sorry, Jeff.
All right. So
Who's
since
up next?
Chef took the instrument that I actually play,
Okay.
I'm gonna go stand-up bass. Because stand-up bass is like
Like a acoustic bass.
like the big old stand-up that the jazz
Like-
bands play.
Like Diggable Planets. Yeah.
Yep. Les Claypool rocks a badass stand-up bass. from time
Mother
to time.
effer, this is a snake. I thought I came in last year.
So for my second one,
Slapping the bass. Yeah.
Slapping
put it
the
up
bass.
there. Slapping the bass.
I'm gonna
Chef
take
will-
the steel guitar for the
How do I
second.
spell that?
Sorry, Jeff.
EE, I
Steel
think,
like
right?
EE.
You know, like Steely Dan.
Yep.
What's a
It's
steel guitar?
Yeah, what's
So like a slide guitar, so like when you hear like the twangy, like old school country, and you hear
Can
like
you
the-
voice it
okay.
for us?
no, dude, you don't want to hear that.
Don't you
Um,
love
I
that
do
they
wanna hear
just
that.
died
You play it
so
with like the
musical,
metal
like,
slide on your finger, and it
proficiency.
sits in your lap, and you pick. It's pretty. Look it up, Chef. It's awesome.
Can I just
All
pick
right.
John Mayer?
Up with the next
Is that-
pick
I
is
think I know
Jeff.
what you
Can
mean.
we all
Is that
please
the
quiet
one where
down?
they like
Okay, everyone, I need
play
everyone
with the
mute.
whiskey
Everybody,
glass?
if you're not picking,
Oh, I
go
think
on
that-
mute.
I'm taking the electric bass for my next pick. So
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Hey,
a good
Herms, I didn't ask your opinion on my pick in case we were wondering.
one.
Yeah,
What?
and shout out
Yeah.
Herms. And I'm jumping on this. I don't know how it fell to me, but I'm going with the electric guitar. Come on, guys.
I thought that's what Nate meant. Oh.
Nope. Nate said the
No.
steel guitar,
The
which is
steel
a
guitar.
lap playing
That's why I
guitar.
was upset.
So
Ah.
Yeah.
good job, Jeff. Keeping it real with the electric bass,
All right.
ace of bass. And I'll take the electric guitar at the 203.
Man,
Thank you
I
very
would
much.
have dominated this draft if I would have realized that was still on the board.
I think I got this though, guys. The human voice.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you
vocals.
that.
Vocals.
Come on.
The human
All right.
voice. You talk about beatboxing. You talk about just singing.
Absolutely.
You talk
No, that's
about
fine.
anything else, right? Shout out the human
Mhm.
voice.
That's fine.
El Natural, acapella.
Okay. Damn, that was actually really good. So mine is probably something you've not heard of, but it's spelled with a K. It's kalimba. It's a thumb piano.
Isn't
Have you
that
ever
what
heard
all
of
the
that?
koalas have?
I've heard of the kalimba.
Kalimba.
That's not what-
K-A-L-I. Kalimba.
We're certain that's not an STD.
There you go. Yes, it's not.
Okay, cool.
So-
Shout out to koalas.
Went to Vegas and came back with the kalimba.
We're going to find a fantasy show that talks about Anubis, the Egyptian god of death, the kalimba, and whatever grapes we talked about.
We could do.
And next week we're having an STD draft.
Grapes
An
of wrath.
STD
We're not
draft.
having an STD draft. No.
Tune
have
in
an
next week for the
STD.
STD draft.
Oh god, STD draft.
So,
Shout out to her, dude.
so you guys
Shout
know,
out.
like when you're in the you're in a draft,
We all
you're
have
super
her.
excited, and then you get sniped. Like that's not what just happened. I have no idea what the hell a
That's
kalimba
What
is.
is a kalimba?
That's fine.
So I'm gonna stick with my theme here of instruments that I can play because I feel like it gives me a nice connection to my team. I am totally going kazoo, and you know it. Second round pick, put it on the board.
I knew it. I knew it.
Kazoo. I almost named it after you put up the
Is that how
harmonica,
you
and I
spell
was
it?
hoping it would fall
Yeah,
back
that's-
to me in the
Yeah.
third, but damn.
So I do like kazoo there. And then if we're gonna round it out with instruments that I pretend I know how to play, I like to mix it up a little bit. I like to have some fun. And I know at least in my city we have a giant bear who will play this instrument. So we are going with the guitar.
Oh,
nice.
Okay, all right.
Is that how you
Yeah,
spell it?
No, it's like key and then guitar. Yeah, I think that's right. Sure. Let's go with it.
Keytar. Never heard of it.
It is a combination of a keyboard.
Oh,
and a
okay,
guitar.
cool. I never knew that was the name of it.
Yep. So,
Seen 'em
like I
before.
said, like we were just talking about earlier, if you're not first, you're last. So I'm going to swing for the fences in the third round, and something that really was a big hit in the '80s. Robert Palmer had a bunch of women dressed in black dresses playing some guitar music. We had a bear that runs around the subways, probably scaring children playing the guitar. It's a big deal. So those are two big picks. I think realistically the double K turn right there is going to work out well for me.
Okay.
Hey, shout out that Herms. I see you, Herms.
The theremin.
I have no clue what that is.
I don't either.
If you do this
That's,
shit with it,
yeah, it's from I don't know. It's from Big Bang Theory, and I think it's like Star Trek. How they made it's like electric, and
Oh, that explains why I don't know it.
Oh,
I'm trying to decide if I should go with like a legit instrument or if I should go with. I'm just gonna do it. So in New Orleans, if you've been, people can do some badass shit with a bucket and a stick.
I do like the bucket drummers.
Bucket drummer.
Bucket drummers.
Totally
dope.
different than drums.
Yep,
I love it.
I've seen some stuff with it, man. Some beautiful stuff.
great, dude. Especially when I left growing up around the Chicagoland area, leaving like Hawks games, Sox games, they always had the people out there just banging away.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Beautiful
good
stuff.
one. All right. I mean, this seems easy. I'm just gonna go right to it. Saxophone.
Nice.
That's
Ooh.
hot.
Mine.
That's
That's the
hot.
one I
Yeah.
can play. I can play the saxophone. I can play the drums.
Go get it, Jeff. Go get one of them.
But I'm not going to be able to. I really can't play this instrument. I've tried. I can't learn it, but I will take it anyway. Give me the trumpet in front, big horn, makes the most noise. Give me the trumpet.
That shit.
That's a trombone.
That trombone's
Oh.
the slide.
So I'm going to take the violin, and I think between the violin and my piano and the electric bass, I think we
You
can
got
do
a-
some things. The
you
Vitamin
got a
String
band.
Quartet, I think that we can do some things in that vein, and so I think that's a slam home pick here.
You got a band there. Nice job.
It's not bad.
This is tough. Like, who's Mr. Irrelevant of musical
think-
instruments?
The
Apparently,
theremin.
you have to go to theremin.
Probably not any of these. Yeah.
You could be a
Right.
thereminist.
Forever.
We're gonna
Maybe we
lose
should
her
find
as a
a
viewer.
band, but-
No, he would never.
Bongos.
I
Don't
like
say banjo.
bongos.
Don't say
I like
banjo.
banjo.
Yeah, wait, let him make it.
I'm not
Pick
going.
first.
I'm not going banjo. I'm not going
Good.
banjo.
I hate
You know what I'm
those.
probably gonna go? Like, the
What?
big ass church organs.
The pipe organs?
Pipe organs. I'm going to go pipe. Let's go pipe organ. I like pipe organs, man. Those are
better
dope.
Saxophone. That's a good pick.
It's an instrument you literally have to build into the building. Like the pipes are so freaking big. You can't just like take a pipe organ home.
No.
You literally have to be in a massive
your
church.
house either. Yeah.
No, you can't. You have to be at a church or somewhere that's
this
haunted.
seems like a negative, not a positive, Nate.
Well, yes. Also, it sounds cool. I don't know. I went.
What
pipe
about
organ.
like the bagpipes, guys?
Oh, bagpipes are
we
cool.
can throw in a fourth round if you want.
Too late. I don't know that many more instruments. I'm surprised
You
we made
really
this
only
far.
to know one more. It's doable.
It is doable.
Oh, not
Cello?
bad.
Cello?
Yeah, the
Cello?
cello's nice. And then what's the middle one? So we have the bass, the cello, and then there's the
harp.
No, there's one more like it's the same damn
Did a little
instrument.
banjo action.
A viola.
Banjo.
Viola, yeah.
Accordion.
Accordion.
Oh yeah.
Accordion. Nobody
Accordions are nice, yeah. I'm just happy you guys didn't pick banjos. That gives me nightmares.
Jeff's the only like real legit band right here.
Oh,
Like
Vitamin String Quartet.
Yeah.
Wait. I got drums,
My
an electric
band
guitar, and a
would rock.
trumpet. We can
We're
get
not
some things
drafted
done
for a
with that.
band.
My
Yeah.
band would be like, the Wiggles or something. We'd be awesome.
Make that money though.
Hell yeah. We'd wear weird costumes and creep people out and make bank.
Yeah,
Shout out.
you're like the parade guy. Who's that? What's that guy called that has
Whoopi.
like all the noisemaker guy? He does all the sounds at the same time. He's got the
So
drum.
like the one man.
one man band.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cooters can be a street band though. You could have a street band between bucket
Yeah,
drums
it'd be
and
kinda
Uncle
gangsta.
Limba and an
Yeah.
acoustic guitar out there.
I built a weird Southern jazz church band. Apparently,
Shout out.
All right,
Shout
so
out.
that was the draft. Bagpipe is Scottish for bleeding ears. I like the bagpipes, man. They have like a classic feel to them.
Yeah.
somebody came down here and wants to say hi real quick. Hold on.
But
Yay.
always.
Oh,
J Dog.
Come here, bud.
what up, buddy?
Ask him about your draft. What does he think?
Yeah, ask him if he knows how to play the pipe organ.
What's up, J Dog?
Can you say
What's
hello?
up, dude?
Do you know
Hey.
who are?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, do you know how to play the harmonica?
Do you know how to play the harmonica?
Yes.
You do have a harmonica, don't you? Is it pretty cool?
You
Yeah.
want to jam out one day?
Do you want to play Daddy's drum someday too?
That's how you play it.
Show him again. Show him again.
Those that are musically inclined, we should have.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. That is literally all I do. I do like
We
this.
should have.
Yeah, that is how you play it.
Can I
Ask him what would he. So
You-
would you pick a guitar or a harmonica? What would you pick?
You want a guitar or a harmonica?
Race car.
Guitar?
That's
He
okay.
knows.
to be
He
wrong.
knows.
An electric guitar or a wooden guitar?
What about steel guitar?
Oh, you like Grandpa's guitar, huh?
What about a
Frustrated, I
keytar?
didn't realize that electric guitar was on the
I
board.
choose a drum.
You choose it.
Oh,
You ruined
he
it.
chooses a drum.
Collusion.
I like your drum.
And just like that, pick it.
Jeff's winning the draft. Let's go.
Hey,
Jeff,
Puppy, come over here.
Jeff,
and tell me
don't
what the
be a
harmonica
whiner
is.
over there.
It's true. He is.
Can I, can
No,
I
Jeff is a little